video because of connections where he was even in Turkey on the border by Kilis. I asked him specifically if he trusted the fixer who would arrange for him to go into Syria. He said he did.
Was the fixer Turkish or Syrian?
I tell you, I don't know.
Okay.
That I'm not certain.
Right.
And in the end, because I did not know this fixer, and in the end, I believe, by the way, Syrian, and in the end, he was abducted just a few days later. And we all believe that the abduction took place on the 6th. I didn't know right away, by the way, and it was weeks where we were trying to email his email, finding out where are you, very concerned, when suddenly I received a clandestine email, he's been abducted, there's a gag order, and I went back and forth and by email and said, I'm going to go public if you don't show yourself. And I actually can't divulge, where that went at this moment. But there are groups that do work on trying to get journalists and others, such as the USAID workers that are still being held in Syria, out.
Was he Jewish?
Not only was he Jewish, he held a dual citizenship, which is one of the primary reasons that it was really a great, difficult burden. And particularly when the world witnessed the video of the beheading of James Foley and witnessed all of a sudden Stephen SOTLOFF, and he became an overnight household name, we were very, very worried that that would emerge and that would be the end.
Dual meaning Israeli and
American.
So that
now, you have to realize this is one courageous, incredible, talented young man.
Obviously.
A life taken where the world needs to wake up and understand what he was trying to tell the world is, look what's happening in Egypt. Look what's happening in Libya.
Who abducted him? Who abducted him a year ago?
That is not clear.
ISIS wasn't there then.
It's not clear. There are those that say there might have been gangs that sold him ultimately. And it might not have been sold directly to ISIS. It might have even gone through a third hand. I think it's going to take intelligence and time to really know how that went down. But the White House today did state that this was verifiable and that unfortunately he was murdered.
Now, did they know that they were murdering a Jew?
We don't know what they knew. Now, look, Stephen SOTLOFF is not exactly an un-Jewish name.
But they don't recognize. They recognize Arab Jewish names much more readily than European Jewish names.
I'm not so sure, about that. I believe that, especially because they have people coming to fight with them from Western countries. This is a story that we have covered and are still covering in a very deep way, that they know a lot more than you give credit in terms of that.
Well, in any event, it just would have added to their hatred. It wouldn't have. I mean, look, Foley was murdered, and he was pro-Arab to the best of my knowledge, and not Jewish. So.
But if they found out that he held an Israeli citizenship,
yeah, that would be
a very big concern of everyone around.
Yeah, right. Well, I